for?
Well, we're looking at obviously for guys to move on to the next step, and that'll be international honours. So this is like a step, give them a taste of touring into a foreign country, and obviously the next step for some of these boys will be Great Britain. So that's where we're looking at. So it's the next step, and to see what level your guys are at as well. So
yeah,
and, I mean, I've been involved in Lancashire for 10 years now, and the pathway through, and we've had some lads who've come through our ranks and signed, Wigan Warriors, St Helens,
exactly,
Leeds Centurions. So some of our guys have come through the ranks and gone through to the professional game, where they've been missed out in the academies and whatever. So we're a catchment area. So we're also a catchment area for people coming back, although they can't play in some of these representative games because they've got professional honours, because they've got full amateurs to play with Lancashire, and that's what we pride ourselves on, is playing and being fair and trying to spread the gospel and see a bit of the world as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Culture and the way people, even the way people receive you, and that has been absolutely fantastic. Serbians are so friendly and so helpful. It's been fantastic. We really, from getting off the plane, everybody's been so helpful.
I think we're crying out for games like this and inviting people and teams like yours over, because the test is needed. I was just speaking with John Risman, and he quite rightfully said the biggest issue for nations like this and clubs like this is that you get to play matches competitively all the time. Your amateur leagues and your national conference leagues are filled with derbies and great matches, matches between great teams. So this is once a year, twice a year for a club like us. Back to you, because there'll be so much focus on what we're doing. Back to you. What sort of style do you think you'll bring today as a Lancashire team?
I mean, the Lancashire team are always been an attacking team. You know what I mean? Although we have a really good, strong defence, and the lads, adapt to that. Mick's gotten really well drilled. Although the lads come from different clubs, some of the players will be the same, but Mick's just put a bit of his own spin on it, and obviously we're going to try and play on the fringes today and run wide against you guys today. Because going down the middle, they're like playing an old Yorkshire side like in my day. You know what I mean? You never get through the middle of a Yorkshire pack, and obviously you lads you'll be big and strong, and you lads look really athletic. So it's going to be a tough competition, and I think there'll be a couple of points in it by the end of the day.
Absolutely brilliant. Here's to rugby league, Phil.
It is, and keep doing what you're doing. It's fantastic, Colin. What you're doing here in Serbia is absolutely brilliant.
Oh, mate, it's more people.
If we at Lancashire and Barley can help you in any way, I'm sure we'll help you in the grasslands and come back again, and hopefully bring a Yorkshire, Lancashire, and maybe an Australian side over as well. we'll play a round robin, whichever,
Absolutely
fantastic.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. You're always welcome here, mate.
Cheers.
Always
Cheers.
welcome.
Dobrodošli. Yeah, that's it. It's good.
Okay. Thank you,
Cheers,
and good luck, mate.
Thank you very much. Cheers, bud.
What a wonderful way to set the perspective for the game here today. You've heard from Lancashire, you've heard from Brett Davidson from Red Star Belgrade. Open attacking rugby league is what we're going to be looking at. That's the way the game's going to be played today. I can't wait. The sunshine's come out. It's almost like it's been timed. So we have an imminent kickoff. Let's just have a commercial break for about 2 minutes, Mr. Cameraman, and I'll shift this over. We'll cut to the professional commentary team of Mark Robert Pullen, who is now walking into position. Over to you, sir.
Down there.
Welcome to Belgrade, to this tour match for the Lancashire Barlow national team against the Red Star, the local hosts here. And it's turned out to be a beautiful evening here at the Rajko Mitic Sporting Complex of the Red Star Sporting Society, and about to get us underway now. And Red Star kick off, Lancashire to defend, to try and get out of their own half in this set, and it's well taken there. It's well defended. Have we read the teams out yet? So should we do it?
No.
Need to do that one. Good tackle again, and good contact in defence. They're testing out to see how much they can slow down that play of the ball. And here's a big man here, so bends the line, half break there from the big man, but he's well put down in the end by Denis Chengai and Velibor Srečković. And here's the last. They've made it up to halfway with their first set, so it's a good first set for the Lancashire team. And it's high, spiralling, not looking for a lot of depth. Milos Sogovic puts it down, but what's he say? And it's picked up. And the referee says no advantage, I think, from that first knock on. Oh no, he said it's gone backwards off the Red Star fullback and was knocked on by the Lancashire team. Well, good bit of fortune there for Red Star.
Milos Sogovic under the high ball, didn't he, Mark?
Yeah, I think he had a look at the defence, see who was coming at him, but he shouldn't be doing that. And here he is, he'll look to get his confidence with a run. They all need to get a good touch of the ball to get their confidence up there. So here's Stefan Nedeljkovic, and good contact, great hit up from Stefan Nedeljkovic, good contact from Lancashire, but managed to get on his front and a relatively quick play of the ball. Is Stefan Nikolic goes inside outside to Djordjevic, Alexander Djordjevic. Good run from him. And here's Predrag Peglic missed out. Dasjetric inside outside. Here's Slobodan Milenkovic again. Good first hits up there. And Red Star now on the halfway, really slow play the ball. Referee allowing them to slow that down. And here's Velibor Srečković, and he'll take them on. And it looks like they've taken the ball on more than a one-on-one there. Referee maybe a judging a loose carry, but either way Lancashire come up with the ball and it's their second possession. And they'll be looking to make their way towards halfway as quickly as possible.
Wasn't a bad set there from Red Star. There was a couple of nice movements of the ball there, Mark.
There was, but they do look a bit nervous at this stage. They need to settle down, maybe just to up the jumper and finish some sets. And there's a couple of big guys in this Lancashire team making good yards. And
good yards there.
Yeah, it's a good run. It's like Paul Evans there in the starting 13. And this is Jimmy Connaughton, if our numbers are right. We'll have to go by that.
Yep. Just got them from the Lancashire team manager.
Very good. So Lancashire now in good ball position here. And a bit of hesitation, but maybe deliberate hesitation there. And he's offside, but what's the referee say?
Play on.
Referee says play on, and Ilya Kurstic is put down. Referee said he wasn't held, it's not a flop. He was legitimately allowed to take him down. And here's a little Terrier Vuk Sturberts with his first run. Red Star really needs to just settle and complete a set here. Nothing special, nothing fancy. Stefan Nikolic inside. Predrag Keglic. Good run from Keglic. And Keglic makes the first line break of the game. Looking for support, doesn't have any. Goes over the fullback. He's pulled down in the end, but great run from Predrag Keglic. And over the top of Milos Dogovic, given to Etric. And here's Stefan Nedeljkovic. Out to Vojislav Dedic. He's got options inside, outside. Decides, won't take the risk. He'll just take the tackle. Red Star now looking to come back to the middle, and here's Etric. It's on to bit of a phase play there with a wraparound. Etric nearly finds a gap. Good work from Stefan Nedeljkovic backing into the line and helping the run around. And here's Nikolic. And he goes out the back to Djordjevic. Out to Djordjevic. He's got to score. Yes! I think he has. I think he's put it down. The referee. He confirms the try, and it's 4-0 to Red Star. Great play there on the flank, opened them up like a can of sardines.
That was absolutely beautiful play there from Stefan Nikolic earlier to create the space with the ball to the second runner with Keglic. And what a beautiful run by Keglic.
Yeah, he drew his defender across, and just that gate opened up, and Keglic straight through it like a bullet out of a gun. He's a strong, powerful runner. He'll always put in an extra step before contact to get the bump.
And he got a quick play of the ball as well, Mark. And, you know, from your perspective as well, as a Red Star man for a long, long time, you must be proud of the football that was played. It wasn't just that tackle there. We then shifted the ball across to the right, and then brought it in for a little run-around play. And again, the second-man play for the hole for Artza Djordjevic, who's going to Sheffield in the first week of June. I hope everybody in Sheffield, I hope you're watching that. You're going to get some footballer who can hit holes.
Yeah, Artza the hit man in defence. That's Djordjevic, but he's also very competent in attack, obviously. And yeah, I'm very pleased with the start. I could see the nerves straight away. Milos Dogovic did have a look at the defence going, and that puts, a bit of tremors in the ranks there. But they managed to settle, and great conversion from Vojislav Dedic.
We had the perfect view of that, didn't we? And look, let's be honest as well. Whenever I've commentated with you and listened to your commentary, Mark, I think there's a couple of decisions that have gone the Red Star way there. The knock-on early by Zogovic, it did look like a knock-on if we're really honest about it.
It looked like that to me. It looked like Ilya Krstic was offside as well, to be fair. But referee said play on. And Lancashire will now look to... And they'll find motivation. If they think the referee has been given some wrongful decisions, they'll look that as motivation.
Look, for sure, and I think the wrong decisions will come on all sides because the referee, like the players here for Red Star, just doesn't have the experience of refereeing big matches like this, It's a massive occasion for him too.
It's well taken by Vojdic, and straight away to Milos Dogovic, and the little mercurial Terry gets through and he's away and he finds a gap. Can he do the fullback? Steps the fullback! Can they slow him down? Oh, and they just get to him, took it out of him, those steps. Great run from Milos Dogovic. Oh, he's holding him down there, ref.
And that's probably an example of a decision going the other way.
Maybe.
This is magnificent rugby league, but from Zogovic, who's in the form of his life. If he was 25, he'd get a contract with a club, lad.
Vlada Dedic goes out to Stefan Nedeljkovic, and a dummy from the big man, and he goes and settles it up to the post.
Good settling set.
Got options now left and right. He goes right wide to big brother Voya, and Voya dummies. Can't get away from contact. Good first contact up from Lancashire defenders there.
They'll set up on the left. They're still set up on the left, Mark.
Yeah. Coming out this way now, and here's Stefan Nedeljkovic. Big booming pass to nobody, but it's picked up by Artza Djordjevic and gives it off to Predrag Keglic. Lancashire come in and shut him down, shut the ball down. Good work in defence. Nikolic going back towards the middle now. Stefan Nedeljkovic trying to blind his way over and score.
Lost it.
Referee says no.
He's in the right position. Great position.
Yeah, great position from the referee. And it's a tap on the 20. Red Star will have to get set quickly on the 30, and they do. Play on, says the referee. Takes the tap. And Lancashire there with a good hit up. Number 22, I don't know who that is. And this time not managing to get away from the first defender, Vuk Sturberts clamps onto that ball. And here's another one of the big guys. Dennis Chengai managing to get back to first marker effectively, and looking for a gap that's not there. Artza Djordjevic and Stefan Nedeljkovic to tie him up, but looking for the third man to come in and shut him down. There's no third man there, unfortunately. Goes short. The big man manages to get the offload. Predrag Keglic puts him down. We go back towards the middle. Centre with a step into Artza Djordjevic. Manages to bounce off. Artza failing to stick that time. And fatigue starting to set in now. It's the big minutes. There's been no breaks whatsoever, and that's the better way. Milos Dogovic this time, his usual dependable self under the ball, and his Nick Shunkovic gives it straight off to Ilya Krstic.
Good settling set there from Lancashire with the ball.
They did well, and they'll look now to try and pressure Red Star into making a mistake here, and Red Star just need again to settle, keep the set. They now have the advantage, and here's Srečkovic.
Great offload.
Good offload. He's got a good natural fend, and here's Boba Milenkovic. So if he gets up ahead of steam, he's tough to stop. But well caught down low there by Whitehead. So Nikolic out the back to Keglic.
They picked that up. The out back play.
Steps into the line. Might be advised to go short to Djordjevic next time. So it's out to Vojislav Dedic, and good set from Red Star.
Good kick.
Bit down the throat of the fullback, and he's managed to come on at full pace. But he's well met by the defenders. Pulled down just 10 metres, less than 10 metres short of halfway, with a shuffle there, almost up to halfway. And it's a good run from Gareth Payne. And it's picked up and going on the short side again. Oh, he's stopped a little bit in contact there. It's not advisable.
This is good defence so far. Good organised
Good
defence
defence,
from Red Star.
good line speed where it needs to be, but they've caught him out maybe on the short side. And Vojislav Dedic managing to cut him down there. They're waking up, go back towards the middle, miss out the big man out the back, step, tries to go, shut down, good offload, and here's the big guy again. They have to get him low, and they do. Good tackle around the legs from Chengai, and he manages to tap it down. He scores over the top. Defence not managing to get set there, and it's good riposte from Lancashire.
That was a really good set there from Lancashire. They just rolled it up the middle, getting that kick on the 20 and making 15, as you said. The fullback getting, moving the defence back, and then caught Red Star napping on the short side.
Yeah.
In the pre-match commentary, we mentioned that there'll be two different styles of play employed by both sides. The Serbian side has benefited because they've moved the ball wide and exposed the defence on the outside, on the flanks. The Lancashire side have played up the middle, 1, 2, only widest at 3, and they've come and scored from a tight angle in the middle of the field. So 6-6, two different styles of play. What more can you want?
Oh, it's brilliant, isn't it? The sun's come out. It's a real spectacle now in rugby league. I think the Lancashire boys are stung by Red Star scoring quickly there.
I think it was interesting there how the Lancashire team persisted on that short side again and again. They were fatiguing all those same defenders, getting them involved.
Well, that's right. It's a very plus point when you keep taking it up the short side. You're going to commit defenders all the time there, and that's exactly what they did.
Yeah. It's good play.
Use the big boys to finish the move off.
And John predicted the future there, the conversion successful, and it is 6-all.
6-all, yeah.
Mate, you can fill in a lotto card for me after that as well. That'd be good.
I'd have to do one myself.
Papuans. No, they're not here. They've got a lecture, I think. So for anyone just joining us, welcome back to Serbian capital of Belgrade for this tour match between the Red Star Belgrade team, the local team, against the Bala Lancashire representative team. Players here representing the National Conference League and the Northwest Men's League. Good calibre of player, and I think Red Star were expecting a slight step up from the Millham game in January. And
I think so, and there's Great Britain caps up for grabs here too, Mark.
Yeah. So good run from the back there, well fielded, and good drive up the middle from Jimmy Connaughton.
Some quick play the balls now, Mark.
Himself, nice little scoop. Red Star will need to get set. This will test their fitness here in this next 10 minutes.
Starting to look like they're walking a little bit.
Good tackle from Denis Changai and Vlada Dedic combining there to bring down big Josh Yates. And it's a good little chip there. Ilya Krstic has got to be ready for it, and he is. And Ilya Krstic manages to get away from the two defenders. And good work from Ilya Krstic, good work from the Lancashire defenders. And here's Zogovic. And he's already had one line break, but not this time. Lancashire looking to slow it down a little bit, and I don't think Red Star mind. They're also tired. Stefan Nedeljkovic, another good run and a quick play of the ball from the big man. And Vuksterbac going himself, managed to get away from the first defender. And what's the referee say?
That's
not square, offside.
First penalty
of the game.
Yeah. That's a big penalty, actually. It's Red Star were looking a little bit quiet there in attack, so this gives them a chance to have a breather and set up the play again, Mark.
Yeah, they're going to be in the red zone now, and they get a chance to move the ball a little bit wider this time. Opportunity to score another 6 points.
Oh, yes.
Simple as that.
Yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered for Red Star. They come out of they're in good ball zone now. And Vuksterbac to take the tap. He's got multiple runners. He ignores them all, goes out the back, and his
2 second man plays.
Slobodan Malenkovic going up the middle. And we'll try and get a quick play of the ball, Lancashire. Good work there at controlling that ruck a little bit, slowing him down. And here's Vlada Dedic. He's got Velibor Srečković coming back on the angle. Bit of a pirouette from Bob and the offload. And here's Nikolic. What's he doing? Early ball to Keglic. Out the back again. And what's the referee say?
Knocked on.
Knocked on in the end.
He's got that one right, Radislav Novakovic. He's got that right.
And as we see sometimes from this Red Star team, accused there of complicating what could have been very simple.
Just needed to be a bit more crisp and a bit more slick. The idea was right, but it was just executed a little bit slow, like the last time we got the opportunity on the left.
Yeah, well, Predrag Keglic has forgot the golden rule of the offload there, which is offload to someone in a better position than you, and Stefan Nikolic wasn't in a better position at that point. He was also under a lot of pressure.
No, and I think he when he caught the ball, he didn't catch it properly. He didn't get a good purchase on it too. So he probably would have lost it in the tackle.
So Lancashire managed to defend and relieve the pressure, and will come out from their own half, and again they're making good yards, 10 metres with every drive, and Red Star need to speed up this line speed if they want to shut them down early. And here's the big man again. Can't remember his name. Sorry. Yates.
Yeah, Josh Yates. Mate, he looks like a Russian. Will we remember him now?
Oh, and he nearly managed to hold on to it, but not in the end. And Milos Sogovic, referee, says no advantage there from the pickup. And scrum down, Red Star head and feed.
That was a really smart play there, John. That work there by the Lancashire forwards in the centre. You know, a couple of nice short balls to ball-playing big boys.
Yeah, they're coming from depth as well. And at pace, if you're 18, 19, 20 stone, you're going to make ground, aren't you, around the play the ball, coming at pace as he did there.
But look at the size of him too in the scrum. We will call him the Russian today. He's immense, and he's got some skill too for a big boy.
Okay, so it's shot side play, and Milos Sogovic going through the gap there.
There we have it.
Stopped in the end by Jordan Gibson, manages to grab a hold of the mercurial Zogovic, and his. Oh, and Stefan Adulkovic tried to go around the corner and couldn't, and it all comes to naught.
That's a real pity there.
Lack of patience there a little bit.
Do you think it's a little bit of tiredness creeping into the Serbian side's opportunities with the ball, because they've dropped 2 balls now in 2 sets? So it's time to tighten up, and they need to shorten the game a little bit for a moment or two to get back a little bit of breath, I think.
I think so. I think
definitely.
You're right.
I think the issue obviously for Red Star is a lack of regular high intensity competition, which means that their game, match fitness is obviously going to be lower than someone who's playing in the NCL.
Yeah, we'll see as the game goes on, because it's often a case of using everything you've got economically as well until the latter stages.
There's Josh Yates again with a good run.
Another 10 metres for Josh Yates in the centre there, arrowing back in behind the markers. Great contact from
Tries to get the offload, contact, and it's the 2. Predrag Keglic with great contact there. It's dual international. He does go in hard and fair.
He's heard him there. What's wonderful with Keglic, it's all about the technique with him, because he doesn't have the body size. In fact, he's shortened up somebody who he's given away about 20 kilograms there, isn't he, Mark?
Yeah. He's only maybe 90 kilos, Predrag Keglic, but it's all muscle. It's all muscle.
Oh, nice skills there from Milos Zogovic. It's a really good atmosphere at the moment for this game. The crowd's built up in the last 5 minutes, Mark.
Yeah, we've got a few here. It was, it's cleared up. It's been drizzle, Manchester drizzle for the last 2 days, and now it's cleared up.
Drizzle, I think. Torrential Cumbrian rain, I think.
Yeah. Let's see what comes from the scrum now.
So Dennis Chengai off the scrum, manages to bounce away as he does. Dancing Dennis, they call him. Gets himself up to the 40, and here's Velibor Srečković, and he's also difficult to put down. He's got that fend, he's got that step and the swizzle. Oh, and it's too much. It's too much for the first tackle coming off the back of a scrum.
The mistakes are going to cruel us here. John picked it up a moment ago,
exactly. That's 4. I think that's 4 on the trot now in single sets. So you know, you need to keep your numbers up in the completion of sets.
Yeah.
And
you know, now is the time to complete sets and get a little bit of field position.
Yep. It's a big game of chess at the moment, isn't it? And it's
That
just
is.
moving ever so slightly down the board.
Yeah, this is a little bit the point of lack of experience, not quite knowing at what stage of the game to do what, and that's the problem. I think just at the moment.
Okay, so
well, they were lucky. They've been lucky in Lancashire themselves making a mistake, but you know.
Yeah.
and look, I
Hopefully they
think
can keep it for 6 this time and get some good field position.
whoever now picks up the set of 6 and finishes a good set is probably going to score next, aren't they? I mean,
Quite
we understand
agree.
the flow of the game of rugby league.
Yeah, settle.
Opportunity to score if you hold it for 6 for both sides.
So momentum really in the balance with nobody at the moment. So we'll see who can grab the initiative and just complete their sets and calm it down. You've got a little bit of a problem for one of the Lancashire players, and that'll give everybody, I think, a breather.
That's another breather, but you know, this is also testament to we were talking before about the Red Star players and whether they were gassed. I think the Lancashire boys are a little bit surprised by what they've met here today.
I think the physicality that Red Stars come out with have upset Lancashire quite a lot. You know, because they're not as big as the Lancashire team, but they're being very physical with the tackling.
Yeah.
So for anyone just joining us, this is your CKM broadcast of Serbian Rugby League. I'm Mark Pullen. I've got with me Colin Clairweg and John Risman. And it's a beautiful evening here in Belgrade as the scrum goes down. But a bit of broken play for both teams, not really completing, but we'll look to see if Red Star can complete this set. So good run from Keglic, good defence from the Lancashire boys. And that's Djordjevic, and strong and hard, well met.
It's great technique in the tackle there.
Yeah, good work from Connaughton and Zach Nichols.
Good hit up here from Nedeljkovic.
Nedeljkovic still going, eventually turned over, and this time he won't get such a quick play of the ball, but it's a good run from him back anyway. Vojedic, out the back to Vlada Dedic. Dummies inside, goes outside, and
he got creamed.
Yeah, he got creamed. It was Nikola Djuric, I think his first carry of the game, and his Daniel Watson, and his first touch in a Red Star jersey for the Australian.
We need to see a good kick here.
Yeah,
good pressure on the.
It's a good kick.
Good kick, can the chance for it? And Pedro Keglic will take it himself, and then go! And it's either a turnover or a knock on, either way. But as John said, yeah, he challenged for it. Good work there.
Superb play by Red Star, contesting the kick. It was a great little bomb put up there in the midfield there, John. Not a bad place to start your D either.
As I said, they've done the 6 tackles, completed with a nice kick, challenged on the kick, created themselves an opportunity which they didn't quite take.
Great defence there from Djordjevic and Nikolic.
Yeah, and here's Yates again.
That's great work from.
Oh, and he's forcing the offload now, and it will be first knock on from that offload. And Yates really could have been best advised to stick that one up his jumper.
I think it's referring to both sides. If they can complete a set of 6, as Colin said, I think that could lead to the next try. Yeah.
This is a very good opportunity. If Red Star can complete the set here, it'll put pressure all points.
I think both sets of players will now understand that this is pretty much an even contest, and it's there for either of them to take if they can apply themselves. And here's Marko Jankovic coming on, the young 18-year-old.
He's like a Pakistani fast bowler, isn't he? He gets younger every year.
Yeah, is he 19, is he? Oh, it's a bad ball. And it's sloppy, there's no need for the sloppiness. And it's a penalty for gamesmanship there. Bokriot. And ill discipline there from Red Star. And Lancashire will start on halfway. Lancashire will start on halfway. Cotton Dutton takes the tap and is Yates again, and this time again with the offload, but that was a clean one. And he gets it off to Connaughton. Connaughton also doing a lot of running. It's the same guys.
There's points coming here, Mark, if Lancashire finish this set.
Yeah, Nichols gets them into good field position up the middle. They've got options left and right. It's out the back again. And this time the short play, and it was well played. He attacked the ball. Knew he couldn't handle him physically, so he attacked the ball. And what's the linesman say?
It'll be 6 again here to Lancashire, unless he deems it to be a loose carry.
No, he said loose carry is called.
That's probably fair. You know, the onus is on the ball carrier to hold it. It did look like a little bit of a strip.
For me, the tackler deliberately attacked the ball.
Yeah, I think Serbia were very lucky to get away with that because they were going through the gap there, and
he was through.
It could have resulted in 4 points.
Yep.
But he managed to dislodge the ball. The referee judges a loose carry. That's always a bit of a 50-50 call. Again, not a good pass from Vlahovic. Last one low, this one high.
Loopy.
Needs to calm down. Lost the ball. What's the ref say? Another knock on. It's a knock on the thumb.
Yeah, Red Star look quite rattled now, Mark. Yeah. You know, giving away the penalty here for dissent, which is very poor when the penalties are actually 0 at that time.
Lancashire really celebrating this one because this is
they can feel it.
Great position here. They can just put on a set play. I'm sure they've got set players practiced
there's a
for this
massive
position.
gap out on the
Nobody
left.
on that side. Everybody's on this side. They've stacked this side. Dummies back to the inside. It's poor face contact there. Somebody got bounced off. Keglitch is in the middle of the ruck and he's injured, or he manages to get back. Two gone.
Big guts out to the left.
Can they get the ball out there? Good contact there. Managed to keep him on his feet. Gibson trying to go himself. Dummies one way, goes back to the short side. Can he get the ball down?
Superb, heroic defence here.
Great work again, Keglitch. Clamping onto that ball. They've got loads of space out here. They need to slide now. And is it all legs? Is it all feet? What's happening? What's the referee say? I think they're going to give a knock on.
It's a knock on.
Yeah, the touch judge was intervening there and giving a knock on there when the referee was a little bit unsighted.
No, he says no.
No.
Referee said it wasn't a knock on.
Okay.
I think he's giving a try. Try for Lancashire. The referee thought it was all legs. I thought it was all legs as well.
That's on the linesman's decision, of course.
Yeah, he's overruled the linesman there.
Which is fair enough.
Well, that'll be quite controversial. But I think it is the right decision. But now it's up to the Red Star players to pull themselves together, to not worry about who made the decision.
Sloppy or not, it's a try, and Red Star got themselves into that position by making far too many mistakes.
They did.
Handling areas, but also discipline, ill discipline, giving away penalties.
I thought Lancashire nearly botched that because they had the numbers for all of the tackles there. You know, the first time to draw the defence in was the good idea, but they kept wrapping around to the right on the short side where the defence was. So finally they spread it and they finally got the reward.
I think to an extent both teams are aspiring to a game speed they're not really comfortable with. I think that's good.
Of the two teams now, Lancashire have spent most of the best time in the Red Star 20 metres.
Yes.
As soon as you do that, you're there waiting for it to try to present itself.
Yeah,
and that's exactly what happened. Red Star got an opportunity to get into the 20 metres at this end of the field and failed to convert that into points.
And there's too many first and second tackle drop balls, isn't there? I mean, if you lose the ball, you want to lose it on the fourth or the fifth tackle when you've made you've had that time to reset your defensive engine.
That's right, but there's probably been about 12 turnovers in the last 12 sets of tackles, so each side has given away either field position or ball possession. So
patience or composure needed from Red Star. Lancashire, now they can get into the groove possibly.
Yes.
So
yeah, Lancashire have benefited from it.
Good run there from Connaughton.
I think the next 5 minutes are very important.
Exactly, yeah.
And, it's another good run from
I can see a long
Gibson.
Downfield kick very, very shortly from Lancashire. To get the field position, make Serbia come out of their own 20 metres. So
for sure.
We shall see.
But they're already up to halfway, and they're over halfway, and he's still going, and nobody coming in to help out. And in the end, brings him down himself. Does Velibor Stretchkovic, but Lancashire with a great set after points. And
fifth tackle coming up now.
good run there from Evans. And gone on the short side.
On the short side.
Have we had a set reset or something, or is this the last?
No, this is the last.
That was the last.
That was the last, yeah. They didn't use it well enough there, I'm afraid. Sixth tackle, give the ball away.
That's a penalty for dissent as well. That's good.
That's not good enough. And well, I didn't hear a clear call from the ref that it was the last, but we all knew it was the last.
Yeah, he had his hand up.
He did. So a penalty there, and Red Star managed to survive that foray into their half, and will start a set on their own 40.
Yeah, and even if the boys don't hear the referee, it's up to the halfback to tell the boys that it is the fifth and last.
Yeah,
you know, that they can count to 5, they can count to 5
we
points.
know that.
You can count to 5 tackles.
Exactly, we know exactly what the situation is.
Red Star needs some boys coming on the burst here a little bit, and they're a little bit static. And again, Marko Jankovic was only just at a jog when he got that ball. Clock stopped. There we've got an injury.
Yep. Well, that's the second Lancashire player that's gone down with cramps, so you know that's a sign that they're getting a match here.
Gareth Payne is, and I think this surface could be an issue.
Well, they've also travelled a long way as well,
They have,
and been on planes and buses, etc. So, you know, this takes its toll in performance, particularly in the first half before everybody's properly warmed up.
Yeah. To be fair, Lancashire arrived barely 24 hours ago, so no time to acclimatise, no time for a good training session. This is their first sit up here. So Vojdedic goes back towards the middle. And again, Red Star needs a little bit flat, a little bit shallow. I'd like to see someone coming up from the back fence there and getting some speed up. And here's Predrag Keglic, and good work from him, but well handled by 3 defenders, and they managed to get nice and square. Vojdedic out the back to his brother Vlada Dedic, and goes out to Nikola Djuric. And Nikola Djuric makes good yards.
That's good post-contact meters, and he's still going.
Still going. Good work from Nikola Djuric.
Nice and clear, fifth and last here. Let's see what Red Star can
back
do.
To the middle, and Vojdedic pressure's on the kicker. He puts it again. It's another
Good
difficult
chase,
one
good
for the
chase,
defenders.
Good chase.
Oh,
and like it was the right idea, and he's called the knock on by Lancashire, and I think that's fair actually, because the ball's come up in the air and then it was touched by the attacking player. So very good call.
But Red Star really needs to patience here, composure, patience. Don't rush it.
Pull the defence in, and then a little bit of width, and we should see some result from that.
Keep it nice and simple.
You can see a spring in the step here actually, Mark and John. I think there's going to be a try in this set.
Vlada Dedic, we'll see about the commentator's curse in a minute. And there's Vojdedic out to Nikola Djuric with a step, and he's gone, and somebody's been hit hard here.
Wow.
Someone maybe hit off the ball, was it? Didn't catch it.
I missed that too. I was watching the ball.
Who is it? Is it Nedeljkovic?
It's hard to tell because the players are wearing the same coloured socks.
It was the foil runner that was caught by the defence there, went on the run, and round the back ball.
It's a penalty.
Yeah.
So it's hit on suspicion.
Yeah.
It's not Stefan Nedeljkovic, that's for sure.
Whoever it is, they don't look to be good. But
It might be Dedic. Is it Dedic?
Vlada Dedic.
Maybe.
I don't see his scrum cap.
Oh no, it's there. That's Dedic is still standing.
But interesting to see the replay. If that's late and high, the referee could have considered a yellow card there because just late is sufficient for the penalty. But
yeah, well, this wasn't late. It was more of a hit on suspicion, which just means it was good work from the
dummy runner.
Just took the foul runner out of the game. That's all. Yeah. Well,
it is Vlada Dedic.
It is foul play.
Yep.
So it's whether the touch judge and the referee deemed it so. If they don't see it, they can't call it, can they?
No, for sure.
Simple as that.
So it is Vlada Dedic who's injured. I see his scrum cap there next to him, and I don't know how he is. He's hobbling a bit.
He'll have a rest and he'll be right to go in 15.
playing really well, the boy as well. We don't really want him to go off. He's commanding the play around the half-back situation.
Yeah, he's been doing well.
Yeah.
So, applause there for Vlad Dedic. Play on to the referee, and here's Stefan Nedeljkovic getting out the back and goes short. Marko Jankovic, this young prop forward. And he's got options left and right. Goes to Nikolic, and Nikolic, early ball to Keglic. Not quite early enough, maybe should give it straight to him.
They're set on the right, Mark.
Yeah, and that's the way they come back, and it's Nikolic who's wrapped round to come this way. It's out to Vojvodedic. Dummies, tries to go himself, but well handled by the Lancashire defenders. And he's gone back to the open side, trying to go towards the sticks himself, the little man. He's a terrier of Uxterbats. Options left and right. And they go right, and it's well picked up by Nick Shunkovic, and he goes over the top to Johnny Juric. Nikola Juric has to come back to the middle.
I've got massive news. I think Darcy Etrich is out for the game.
Oof. And we're going back to the middle now, and here's Vojvodedic with a grubber kick towards the middle, and it's well picked up by Lancashire, bumps away from the defender, and in the end, it's the kicker himself, Vojvodedic, who came up and made the tackle. Keglic and Djordjevic, the two dual code internationals there.
Oh, that's a harsh penalty, that
referee thinks the contact was high around the neck.
That's a harsh penalty.
I think Red Star didn't use that set of six very wisely there. They were trying to spread it wide on a little bit too early situation.
John, one of the key things for any rugby league team is Red Stars lost their halfback for the rest of the game in Darcy Etrich. Darcy's the best player who's probably ever played in Serbia from international, so this is a massive thing for Red Star now.
Well, they'll see. They'll have to cope.
They'll
have to cope.
That's a great run by the Russian. Gain putting his hands out there.
Yeah, good run from Yates, and it's back towards the middle, and here's Gibson, and he's well met by Nedeljkovic, but needs to shut him down, and does. With help from Jankovic.
Like a cheap suit there, mate.
And we're going again to the left. He's got runners inside, and now goes back to the middle, and nearly intercepted. In the end, I think there'll be no advantage here, and there isn't. And it's a scrum to Lancashire, I think. Yeah. Red Star knock it on in, trying to intercept there, and so yeah, it's Red Star now are going to have to adapt and cope. Now they've lost. It looks like Darcy Etrich and Vlada Dedic. That's two players, key players from the span of the team. Thankfully, they've got Nick Shunkovic, who's experienced in that position, can come in. Not a lot of experience for Red Star in that position, to be fair. A bit of a run around there, and the fullback's pacey. Ilya Krstic not sticking there, but he was helped out by his centre partner in the second row. And it's back towards the middle, and good run again from Evans.
There's points on again on the left. The Red Star defence on the right-hand side.
Yeah, Red Star needs to tighten up on both sides at the moment. And it's Gibson going at the line himself. Manages to get the offload. And he's pulled back by the defenders. And Red Star set. And it goes out to the left. It's got options. Coming in, try and shut them down. Now they've got the 2-on-1 out there.
It's superb from Lancashire.
Yeah, it was a simple 2-on-1 in the end, and he's in at the corner.
Yeah, top class try really. They took the Serbian players into the ruck area, crowded them, the defence there, and just moved it wide. Simple.
Yeah.
2v1 in the end, and it's got a nice little try in the corner. Simple as that.
It's great what they call the accordion defence. They're sort of hitting them up the middle and drawing them in, and then there has to be space out wide when you do that. Red Star, on the other hand, were trying to spread it without having first drawn them into the middle. So you've got to do your bread and butter drives up the middle before you can ship it wide.
And it's brilliant. They're drawing them across on that right-hand side for the Lancashire attack. So they're squeezing the left-hand side defence up, and they're waiting till they get probably about 5 metres across from that right-hand post, and then they're moving it to the left where the holes are wide between the second rower, the half, and the centre and the winger.
Yeah, it's a typical rugby league tactics.
It's brilliant, isn't it?
They played it to a T.
Yep.
And got the result. Yeah.
So Gibson there with the conversion attempts. This one is most difficult of the day. They'll be looking to go 3 from 3 with this.
There's Darcy Ettridge with the big strap on the knee. He's finished for today.
Well, we don't know. Can't see any ice there. Right, it's a good conversion attempt. He swings it round. Great work. It's a good kicker. And it's 18 points to 6 to Lancashire in this tour match against locals Red Star here at the Ryko Mitic Sporting Complex, the Red Star Sporting Society Fields. And
it's just unfortunate that Red Star have conceded the try just before half time, because they were very, very competitive, had only 1 score behind, 2 scores behind just before half time. It's often a killer for teams that are conceding that try.
It can't go any further than this as well, John. That's very important.
Well, we've seen what the problem is for Red Star, which is lack of patience and composure, and hopefully that's what they'll be working on at half time and talking about.
Defence has got to be strong here, Mark.
Lancashire will be looking again, set after points, so they're going to keep it very tight in the middle, just try and make the yards and kick it downtown. It's good work again from Keglic and Djordjevic. Djordjevic getting a little bit stuck in there, and here we go. He's going out on the full there. That's well out on the full by a country mile. And ooh,
big opportunity here for Red Star. Do they have the ability now to take the opportunity? This is that flow in the game we were talking about before the game, John, isn't it? This is that flow where you get the opportunity.
Yeah, you have to take the opportunities when they arise. They're now on the 40-metre mark, just inside the Lancashire half. If you can make it to the 20 and you've got 3 or 4 tackles left, you're in the red zone. So let's hope we can get up to the 20 metres and put some real pressure on the defence.
So Strechkovic just set the tackle.
No real progress in the first 2 tackles. They could have just done 2 straight drives right up the middle of the field, make the 10 metres.
And here is Marko Jankovic going up the guts, but he's well met by Yates, and Yates really forcing that ball out with his gut. And just ball security there. You've got to keep it tight to your chest. Don't let anybody come between you and the ball.
We're now starting to see another difference here as well, Mark and John. Red Star's weakness has always been the prop forward position, and now that the game's moved from that first 10, the frenetic first 10-15 minutes, we're starting to see, even when Red Star tried to do the right thing and just take the ruck up and take the settler, he was dominated completely there by a much bigger man.
Yeah, it's all about running lines though, round they play the ball. We took 3 tackles there and we didn't make more than 5 metres in the 3 tackles. And you must be making, on the drive, 10 metres if you can. Yeah. Well, direct running can get you that. Yeah. But we're switching the ball a little bit and just ambling up in first receiver. No good.
Red Star have got some good agency in defence. They need to have good agency in attack, and he's going to use him all day long. And Gibson can't get away from Jankovic. Good tackle.
Big shape on the right now for Lancashire.
And they've gone short side again. He's got that dangerous full back.
They've identified a weakness for Red Star between the winger, the centre and the third defender, and I think they're going to just keep working that now.
On the right-hand side of the field, looks a little bit less than waterproof, we'll put it that way. Yeah,
and Hilliard exploits that. He's got electric pace, this fullback. We've seen him come into the line effectively on a couple of occasions already today. And good try in the corner, and that makes it 22 points to 6, and Red Star really need to stop the rot. And
I just think the Red Star are contributing towards their own downfall here by not using the ball correctly when they've got it in the possession. Consequently, turning the ball over, probably early in the tackle count, giving Lancashire the opportunity to move forward again, which they're taking with open arms.
Yeah, I think looking at Red Star, tactically, their approach, they're just shallow. They're shallow all the time. We're not seeing people winding up from the back fence, as the Aussies would say, and really coming fast and hard. to force those defenders to culminate around the ball carrier.
Correct, and I think they're both now mentally and physically gassed.
So Gibson, well, Lancashire are having so much of the ball right now that they'll be getting their energy levels back up because possession gives you the chance to rest.
Oh, and they look confident too now, don't they?
And again,
that was sharp. That's the sharpest try Lancashire has scored.
Yeah, he's got his gauge in there.
On the half-time whistle, just what we said.
That's the death
what
knell.
We couldn't afford to concede then.
Yeah. So that is half-time here in Belgrade in this.
They exploited a gap twice, and in actual fact they went again, and that was the
Yeah, look, certainly Lancashire seemed to gain more and more confidence as the half progressed. That last move was really slick. They would have practiced that at training, and if I was in their team management and coaching staff, be really impressed with that. The first try they scored with the drive from dummy half, also that's a great try for a rugby league team that knows their game. That's really smart. So from Red Star's perspective, where you'd improve, it was a great first 10 minutes for Red Star. You know, the touches that we had very early and a couple of plays before the try were smart play where you could see the players doing what Brett's been teaching and talking about over the last 3-4 months. So Red Star have now just got to forget the score at half time. They've got to now aim to win the second half. Even if they win it 16-12 or something, you've got to take something out of this. This is a very good side that we are playing. I think everybody who's watching this can see that this is not a collection of people who don't really care about the game. There's Great Britain jerseys up here for grabs.
I think you mentioned something in the middle of the first half about players playing to a pattern. Yep. And getting the result of the pattern. Well, that's exactly what Lancashire have done. They've played to a pattern, they've kept it in tight, then moved it wide when they wanted to, when the defence was exposed. Consequently, Red Star are 24 points to 6 down because they couldn't convert their opportunities into points themselves. Through losing the ball early in the top count. It comes down to probably a little bit of lack of experience against better, more organised sides.
Yeah. And the props are now dominating too, aren't they, for Lancashire?
Exactly.
The number 15 is really having a stormer of a game now.
But that's right. But having said that, this is what Red Star, the style of play that they've got to sort of converse with when they start to move up the ranks of playing better teams. They're going to have to compete in that issue around the play of the ball.
Oh, for sure.
You know, and they're going to have to make ground. They're going to keep the legs pumping and keep going and going and going. Create opportunities wider, which they want to play the outside game, but you can't play it if you're not making ground up the middle first and forcing the defence back. You have to have the defence on the back foot.
We saw in the opening stage of the game when Slobodan Milenkovic and Stefan Nedeljkovic were going up the middle, that Red Star were making ground, they were getting on the front foot, getting good play the balls, but the Red Star are missing Danilo Kosanovic, who should have been playing today, but he's got school teacher commitments. Rajko Trifunovic, who's played on that wing all season, he's one of our top defenders and attackers. He's a big miss today. and Petar Milanovic is a miss.
He's a miss, definitely.
And we've got there is a bit of a makeshift thing going on. Darcy Etrich, if he's out for the game, that's a big blow for Red Star. But Red Star, I think, as we say, they're lacking regular opposition of this kind of calibre, and so that when they do get the opportunity for this kind of opposition, they're a little bit overawed by the occasion, and they'll struggle just because it's not part of the regular competition. So the more that Red Star can get this sort of opposition over here to play, the better for the development of the team.
Mark, how do you think the second half's going to go then? You tell me your ideas of the second half.
Okay, I think in the second half we'll have the first 10 minutes or so. I think Red Star will be back in the groove and up for it, and when a mistake does come, it'll be a case of how they respond to that, depending on whether the chances are of getting any way back to some sort of level pegging in the second half. Lancashire will look to, they've established a pattern that works now, and there's no need to change it. So they're going to look to draw them in up the middle, get the quick play of the balls. Yates, this big guy Yates is offloads for fun, and they'll be looking to ship it wide. And if Red Star aren't careful, they could put 50 on.
Yeah, Colin, what do you think about the positives that Red Star can get out of the game now? Because I think the opportunity to win the game is possibly gone. But what positives can Red Star get from the rest of the game?
Look, Mark touched on it a moment ago with some good comments about some of the other Red Star players that are out. So there's players that are playing sort of in different positions at the moment. There's a few new players that are playing in positions. There's also, with Darcy Etrich out for the game, and I've just heard he may have done his knee and he's going to need scans. Look, firstly for the Etrich family who are probably watching or listening at home in Australia, we will find out what's happened with Darcy, and we hope for all the best. He would be gutted that he's missing today. From a Red Star perspective, if we can hold the score somewhere around this 20 points level, that's a great effort from a team that is now 16 with one less substitution and only has one other foreign player out there who's not played with these guys and has no combinations.
A depleted team.
It's a depleted
team
now.
Very difficult. It's up to a little bit of character, I think.
Lots of character. So that's what we're looking for, to answer your question, John. We want to see the character of the man now.
Well, exactly.
Composure, patience. Yeah. So here we are, second half getting underway here. Zach Baker to kick us off, and it's a high spiraler, and it's well claimed by Vojvodedic, looking for a runner, doesn't have one, takes it up himself, and well tackled. Sturbats, and it's on, and here's Daniel Watson again. And I didn't see him much in the first half, just that one. So Vojvodedic, and he's out to Stefan Nedeljkovic, the big man.
That's a great run.
And again, he attracts in 3 defenders and still manages to, and they're trying to force him on the referee's letting him put him on his back there. Talk about second effort. Vladadedic is back, which is nice to see. Slobodan Milenkovic, good tackle. Good hit from Baker. Gone to nobody. And he manages to get the kick away somehow. It's good work.
Great positioning by the fullback.
Yeah, Hilliard comes into contact and is well met, and it's good to see Vladadedic made the full recovery as you predicted, Colin. So back to the middle.
Rise like the phoenix, Mark.
Yeah. Good run from Gareth Payne. And here's Yates again with his first touch of the second half. It's easy to spot, he's the big man. And they managed this time to shut the ball down.
That's great
and
work to turn him
when he's back.
around.
Look at him, he's got his clamp in the head there. And he goes to the short side. And the centre manages to bump off the defender. And what happens? He's gone into touch or forward pass, says the referee.
Forward pass.
Well,
really great pressure from the Serbian defence there. The Red Star defence was excellent on the left-hand side of the field there.
That was much better, wasn't it? It was tighter as you described.
Exactly. Great, so they've received the ball now in their own half, admittedly, but again 6 tackles, put the ball down inside the 20 metres if they can do.
And let's see him here not try and make it too complicated, just complete. And here's Milosovic, he does a very simple thing, picks it up from the base of the scrum, just makes a few yards there, settles it towards the middle, and got runners here. And it's Watson again with a little bit of a step, a little bit flat again. It's well held.
Did you see there? They passed it out too wide, and they didn't make any ground.
Yeah.
One wide, bang,
Yeah.
take it up into the heart of the defence.
But they're being dominated one off the ruck as well, John. This now becomes very hard from a strategy perspective. Great ball.
Oh, good ball. Djordjevic into space.
That was much better timing there.
Nikolic on that side has got good runners with Djordjevic and Keglic, and Nedeljkovic comes back to the middle. Vojislav Dedic to Vlada Dedic, steps and goes himself. He's well tackled, but he'll get a quick play of the ball. And it's picked up by Watson. It's back to Voja Dedic, and it's another one of these testing bombs, spinning and spiralling. Nobody can get to it. And who gets it in the end? The Lancashire defender. Oh, well done by the Lancashire defenders. He's picked that up and managed to stay in the field of play. And Lancashire will again look to come out of their own half.
That's the key of knowing when the kick goes up, Mark, to have the blockers in place, because that's twice Lancashire have picked it up with the centre.
Oh, Stefan Nedeljkovic has just picked up a loose ball there, and Red Star complete their set and then managed to get back to the ball. And here's Voja Dedic looking for runners. Goes over the top to Watson, he's got a big gap! Goes out to Denis Shengai! Oh, he's in! No, it's Nikola Djordjevic scoring!
Wonderful try.
Oh, super try. Saw the space, moved the ball wide, straight into the centre's hands. I think it was the centre there, and he took the inside route, inside the winger, scored.
Yeah.
Very, very nice try.
Great work.
Good finish from the centre. Good finish.
I think the key
Well done.
is now, you were talking before, John, I'm very concerned from a Red Star perspective. If Red Star start to play one off the ruck, Lancashire are really dominating that one off the ruck with the bigger bodies in the midfield. So Red Star now have to shift the ball quickly like that, but it's got to be precise. So we've seen there one break earlier, this break now for the try. When it's precise and fast, they can spread the Lancashire defence, and that's got to be the game plan. It's going to be risky, and it's going to not look good when they don't get it precise. But
I totally agree with you, but they did it in the first half for the first 10-15 minutes.
Yes.
But then
Then it
after
was
that,
slow.
It was
Good to see.
complete reversal of the first 15 minutes, and we can't afford that in the second half.
no, we can't.
Voja Dedic with the conversion
But
attempt.
what a great try to start the half.
Oh, Paul, I didn't catch that one. Red Star, good to see Red Star playing what's in front of them there, and that's exactly what they did. Lancashire, they're obviously keen to get some second phase because they're trying to force the offload a little bit. And Red Star, I reckon she'll get good contacts on the arm, and that will force the ball if they're looking to just offload instead of.
They were probably starting the half a little bit with too much eager, I think. If they'd have started taking the ball up, exhausting the Red Star defence early on, they might have had a better result. But
Yeah, for sure.
Red Star got the result instead.
But both teams are playing to their strengths at the moment.
So Zach Baker to get us back underway. It's 24 points to 10 to Lancashire. And Red Star, if they can score again, they will be back in this contest. Well held by Denis Shengai. Goes back towards the middle, and he's well met by the defenders. So Vuk Sturdbats will be looking for runners, and he's got one in Milos Dogovic, the little man, and gives it straight off to Nikolic. And Nikolic holds on and takes the tackle.
That should be a penalty, that
Yeah,
one.
he was really laying on there, but the referee's been allowing that, and so there's no reason to think he'll change his mind all of a sudden.
Nice work on the left, Mark.
Yeah, good work there from Atsa Djordjevic, and well handled. Red Star still not up to halfway, and here's Predrag Keglic, and
Great run from Keglic, giving away probably 30 kilos here.
You wouldn't like to run into him every day of the game.
No.
But Keglic will do it too.
Dedic. Oh, and it was a bit too much of a bullet pass, and Chengai's got a chance to put him out. Advantage now played by the referee, and bumps off one and bumps off another. Good run from Tom O'Loughlin. He'll come back towards the middle. He's not wrong with that. He was committed to the tackle.
And hit him in the right area
Good run from Payne, and here's Yates.
too. Great legs tackle from Vuk Sturdbats. He's giving 50 kilos away there.
Red Star need to defend this tackle, need to defend this set. Djordjevic comes in and shuts him down. He went alone, nobody came and helped him, and the
Superb defence.
Red Star making ground with the defence. Numbers on that short side, and that's gone forward surely. Yeah, I think he'll call the first forward pass or the knock-on from the Lancashire team.
Look, Lancashire had the opportunity there if they made that gap, but we forced them to play a very, very risky, high-risk play there to make the gap. So that's superb defence there from Red Star Belgrade.
Yeah, they were playing with a bit of gay abandon there, weren't they? The last 2 or 3 passes.
Yeah.
So they let themselves down badly, I think, the Lancashire side there. And
but they were
Red
hit
Star
hard
benefited.
indeed too,
Yeah,
weren't they?
Terrific defence from
Good defence, but Lancashire now they can be accused of a little bit of impatience there. They should have maybe built that set towards the middle, looking to open up options on both sides. And Red Star will now have a chance to clear their lines with an exit set. They're drawing attention to something over there, I'm not sure what. So it looks like with the shuffle has meant that Nikola Juric has moved into the centre. Daniel Watson into the second row on this right side, and Dennis Chengai on the wing where he's comfortable.
That's a good shift. I like that shift actually.
It works well. So Vladic out the back to Milos Zogovic, and a little bit high maybe, but off the shoulder, bounces up, so that's legal. Play on, says the ref, from Vuk Sterbets. He runs at him.
In fairness, I think the tackler had to take the escalator down to the basement to get it below the shoulders, mate.
Good tackle by Dutton in the end, and Vojdedic out the back to Nikolic.
It's a nice second man play that Red Star are playing.
They're not merely. We had a couple of line breaks in the first half, we haven't seen anything since then, and here's Boba Milenkovic, a good little bump. Gets the bumper bars up and slowing down the play of the ball well, these defenders, and here's Vojdedic. Thinks about kicking, no. And the referee says he's in front of him.
it's offside. An offside decision, yes.
Unfortunate there. You'd think accidental offside, maybe a scrum, but the referee, no, he was the penalty.
It's actually very good refereeing. He's picked that up in a very short period of time there.
Vojdedic sensing they have to do something a bit different if they want to win this one.
I think one of the Red Star players was being held back, so referees seeing that.
Couple of opportunities then for the penalty, John.
So we're within 25 metres of the line now. Red Star have got to take this opportunity to get back in the game as far as a winning situation could be.
Well, I tell you what, if Red Star can score here, it's game back on.
Exactly.
So Stefan Nedeljkovic with the first drive up the middle, and then it's out to Vojdedic. He goes outside Nikolic, and Nikolic, actually Djordjevic going back in at a tight angle. Good angle from him, but well read by the Lancashire defenders. Shut him down, but he's hurt himself, that Lancashire defender. Maybe a bit of a stinger, he'll be all right. And that was a flop. It's got to be a flop. The referee says play on, and Vuk Sterbets is not a pancake after all. And Vojdedic with the high step in and the goose step in, and he's still put down.
Vuk Sterbets nearly visited Australia the fastest way possible.
Oh, and they weren't sure whose ball was it. Was it Zogovic's? Was it Milenkovic's?
It's the defence that did that.
Yeah.
It's the defence that did that. That should have been a penalty for the second man flopping in with real intent too. That's actually quite dangerous.
Who would like a 20-stone guy dropping on him?
Yeah.
On a 65, 70 kilo, laying flat on his back, John. That wasn't good.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a compromise situation that.
Well, Red Star there, instead of being accused of getting harded, they could be accused of being a bit too keen. They were getting in each other's way. Weren't sure who the ball was meant for. Oh, he nearly gets away. Hilliard has been dangerous from full-back.
Good full-back.
Yeah, and Milenkovic, great contact from Boba Milenkovic, and he made that mistake. He'll be looking to make up for the mistake there. And another good defence.
Nedeljkovic and Jankovic.
Yeah, Evans goes down, and they'll say, let's get out of here. And Milos Zogovic's got plenty of time, and he's over the 40. So Red Star will start this set. Relatively good ball position, good ball zone. All offsides. Referee says play on. Chengai, great run from Dennis Chengai.
There's real heart and character now being shown by Red Star, John.
Yeah, good work there. Vojedic out to Nikolic. Keglic goes himself, he's got options outside. Here's Ilya Kristic. Back inside. Can't pick up on Port, and Yates picks it up. And Yates is going down the short side. Advantage taken, and that'll be the 0.
It was the right idea, it was on, it would have been under the post, gentlemen.
Not executed, unfortunately.
It's all been down to Red Star defence in this early 10 minutes of the second half.
It's heroic
Fantastic
so far.
defence, yeah. Amazing.
Good contact again on
Lancashire
Evans.
failed to make ground on almost every set of 6, so all down to
Gibson.
Red Star defence. Brilliant, well done.
Lancashire got a roll on here, but John.
Yeah.
Big number 6, Gibson having a run. Another good run from Dutton. But there's your last. There's your last. Hooker going himself, making sure everybody's onside. And Dennis Chengai is under a lot of pressure. First knock on. No advantage, so it'll be Lancashire ball. And now this is a real test. Real test for Red Star's defence here.
Red Star's defence has been fantastic. In the first 10 minutes, they've forced Lancashire actually back in 6 tackles. They let them get into the red zone area there. High kick, pressure on, conceded the ball.
And that's
6
a
more
centre.
tackles to Lancashire.
A centre shifted out there to the wing as well. This is what we were talking about with the change in positions. So Lancashire picking up that, well, this is all about technicalities and understanding the strategy of the game, isn't it, John?
Yeah, well, it is, yeah. I mean, if you're picking out a player who's not used to be playing in a particular position.
Lost the ball.
That's
a big let off for Red Star.
And again, big defence from Red Star.
Big defence coming in,
defence.
shutting them down. I think with that,
Excellent.
what happened with that position there was the hooker was given so much time to get that kick away and make sure everyone was onside, and so the chasers didn't have to worry about giving him 10. They came in.
We just gave him that little bit of extra room to move around the play, the ball there. Can't afford to do that too often.
So pressure valve released again, and Lancashire will be kicking themselves. They would have had a chance there to put the result beyond down. As it stands, it's still in the balance. So Ilya Kristic coming in from the wing for a run, and his Vlad Dedic goes out to Marko Jankovic, and good contact there.
Good contact. Marko's going to know he's been in the game tomorrow morning.
Yeah, Zogovic. And there's none of the big guys. Where are the big boys? Let's have someone coming on the best here. And looks to be injured. It's covering his face. I don't know what his injury is.
He had that on the previous tackle as well, Mark, where he stayed down a long time. I don't think we'll be seeing much more of Milos Zogovic.
Well, as we say, he's built close to the ground. He's only about 5 foot and a peanut, and he does tend to bring in the high shots because of his stature, unfortunately.
Well, it's up to the referee to recognise that as well, because I mean it's the tackler's responsibility to keep his tackles down, no matter if he's 5 foot tall or 6 foot tall.
Yeah,
That's exactly
So
right.
the referee should recognise that, and if he's been tackled high, he should penalise the defence.
Well, whatever it seems it was only a stinger, and he's back on his feet, and he looks like he's ready to go again. And
I think that's the third tackle, Mark.
so Red Star with their exit set here, and here's Boba Milenkovic, and had to wait a little bit too long for that ball.
But great leg drive.
Good leg drive.
Yeah.
Good run, good work by the defence. They're peeling off slowly as possible.
It's a very
really,
short 10.
really narrow 10. And, Milenkovic has gone through the gap. He's got nobody with him. But he's beats the fullback, but in the end, and it's the last. Milos Zogovic chip and chase, tackled off the ball. No, referee said he was already committed. Defender was committed.
Massive call.
Red Star fans not happy with that call.
Referee's decision, he obviously saw it a different way than we. But again, great opportunity.
Isn't it great to see Red Star playing rugby league?
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
Rugby league football.
Here we go again. Good defence there.
Great break from Stefan Nedeljkovic. It's a shame he didn't have a spot on his shoulder from a fast man, but never mind.
If you look at the defensive line, the Red Star defensive line, it's ready to go.
Yeah,
oh yes.
And in 2 successive tackles, they've injured 2 players. Yeah.
The Lancashire boys are going to wake up tomorrow with a fair few bruises.
Yeah, Red Star really have, you can see since the Challenge Cup performance in January, they've really sorted out their line speed and their defensive structure. And
this is a much improved performance, Mark. I know we all dreamt of a win today, but watching this game, that idea evaporated for me around 30 minutes. I'm intensely proud right now of what we're seeing. This is the birth of a rugby league nation to go on a much bigger level than what's been achieved here so far.
Yeah, well, it heralds well for the future, as we say, if we can get a more regular competition for this Red Star team. And for the Serbian League in general, we want to make sure this league remains competitive, and he's increasingly competitive.
Well, to make progress as a team, Red Star have got some great players in the team, but they need to get further experience by going maybe on a scholarship elsewhere to a better class of play, and bring that development back to the club itself.
The bounce is important.
Oh, and it's bounced away from him.
That is.
And in the end, it's an easy try to Tom O'Loughlin.
That's terrible luck.
It's unlucky, but lucky for Lancashire. But the bounce of the ball, that's why you attack the ball in rugby league. You don't let it bounce. You don't know where it's going to go.
It was a very good kick, to be quite honest. And obviously,
that is bad luck.
a rugby ball plays tricks on you. So
It does indeed.
that was to our detriment, I'm afraid.
In relation to what you were just saying there, John, and we've seen in the past that it only takes 1 or 2 players to go and have a few weeks in that sort of an environment, they come back and it has a knock-on effect on all the other players in the squad.
That's it. They learn to refine whatever qualities they have. They need to get better and better and better, bring the information back to the club, vibrates through the club, and also not only the club but the league that they're in.
No, for sure.
You know, it's a win-win bonus when you're sending players away to get better experience. It's a fantastic opportunity for everybody, the league and the club itself. So, and the international competition too.
For sure.
Let's just look at it that way.
Dare I say, John, I think that was against the run of play, against the general run of play. I mean, it wasn't really an attacking kick. It was a great kick. It was a lucky bounce, but it wasn't really an attacking kick. It's not like the chip that Red Star just put over to the...
They were kicking it from 45 metres.
Yeah.
A speculative kick.
Yeah.
And they,
It was a clear, and as
it
we
went
said,
into points.
it was a little bit of misfortune, and as we mentioned, the only thing Red Star will take away from that is don't let the ball bounce, attack the ball.
Yeah.
You don't know where it's going to go. So
Well,
successful
they've got to refresh
conversion there.
themselves. They have to refresh themselves now, Red Star.
Yeah.
They have to be on the offensive now.
Yeah.
The mentality's got to be right now, doesn't it? The mentality's got to be right
yeah.
to stick in this.
That's it. They've got to get together and go again. It's as simple as that, yeah.
So,
I think so, yeah.
so welcome back to this CKM Red broadcast Serbian Rugby League. We've got the Lancashire Bala team on tour here in Serbia. They're playing against Red Star at Belgrade. It's 30 points to 10 to the Lancashire team as Vojdanic gets us back underway. Just coming into the final quarter of the game now. And it's 6-4 in this second half to Lancashire.
Yes.
And he's lost his boot, but plays the ball first, as you should. And good ball.
And great defence.
Good contact.
Shift onto the left early.
Watson and Dedic combining there. Back towards the middle. And it's another
Great defence there.
good run from Payne. Well met. And they're going to kick it from deep in their own half, in their 30.
Smart play.
And he's got plenty of time here, Milos Ogovic. And he'll try and bamboozle the defence, but they handle him. It's a good line of defence there, good kick chase. And here's Watson. And there's only been, I think, a couple of penalties in this game at all so
He's
far.
refereed really, really well.
Yeah, he stuck it in his pocket, hasn't he?
Yep.
So good contact there from Baker on Chengai. Chengai's a bit of a giggle at him. Nikolic out to Keglic, and here's Keglic with that step of his. He's collared by the defence. And he's got to be a flop there, surely.
He's out. He's out.
They've managed to put him out. Referee said momentum never stopped.
I see a little bit of change in momentum from the Lancashire side. The defence there was very, very heavy, very strong, very direct. Put Red Star on the back foot. Consequently, they're getting the ball back in a very reasonable area.
And very professional, kicking on the third.
Exactly, yeah.
Just to clear the lines.
Expecting rather than hoping that they got the ball back. Yeah.
So.
Back to the game of chess now, John.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's another good run. This time from Belshaw. Red Star needing to bring in 4 defenders to handle him.
He's lost the ball.
He's lost that there. Referee says play on. Ooh, great contact from Srećković. Srećković came in and put Hilliard down, and he was looking to just cut into that line again. From the short side. Again, 4 defenders come in. Put him on his back. Connaughton's worked hard today. He's going to be aching tomorrow.
Right-hand side set
numbers. It's back towards the middle. It's difficult to stop the big man, but he puts him down.
Great play there from Lancashire.
Georgievich puts him down. Short side stacked in and out. Goes out to the winger.
Superb play by Lancashire.
Great score in the corner.
They set that up with the number 15 cutting back on the angle and making those yards, and then spreading it again on the right there, Mark. That's superb professional rugby league.
Scholes goes in the corner, and that makes it 34 points to 10. It doesn't feel like that. There's that much of a gap between the two teams.
We just noticed there that every time that the Lancashire boys took the ball up, they were making 10 metres. Everyone, 10 metres a march, 10-metre march they call it. And then they got into position in the red zone, used the skills, passed it wide, as you say. The actually number 15 came on the inside run, took defenders with him, moved the ball wide, bang, in the corner. Yeah, wonderful try, beautiful try.
And Red Star,
well manufactured, yeah.
Red Star in that set forced to come in almost every tackle with 4 defenders. That's tiring for the defenders. And this big guy Yates, the Russian as you dubbed him, he's such a threat that when he's coming on the burst, you've got to get ready for him, even if he doesn't get the ball. And that again gives them the advantage to.
I don't know if you can ever be ready for him, mate. I mean, he's a real unit. He's not slow either. He's nice and quick for a big boy.
Yeah. But there is one benefit. He doesn't come too often.
Yeah.
He's been superb for me.
It's the first time he's missed it.
Yeah.
That's Gibson's. Gibson misses the conversion, so it remains 34 points to 10. Or 10-4 in the second half.
You could put 3 or 4 of the tries down to the burst of the number 15, to be quite honest.
He's my man of the match at the moment.
Bursting the line, creating position of which they've utilised.
The number 9 and number 7 are really working well together for Lancashire. Really good movement of the ball and distribution, but their game's based on that go forward and earning the right to shift it.
So Vojvodinic will get us back underway here in Belgrade. This time he's going for the short one. They need the ball, and it's picked up by Keglitch. Referee will never give it backwards. He'll always say that's a knock on. There was no control there. It's good a try, good attempt, but didn't pull it off. And Lancashire will get the ball now in relatively good position for them for an exit set. 30 metres out.
It was a really good idea, wasn't it? And Keglitch was on for that. He was through nice and quick.
The execution was good. It just spun away from him at the last moment.
The other problem is now that Lancashire have got the ball again.
Yes.
And going forward.
Red Star set and ready to go. And they're coming in with this defence. No looking to pass there. And we go again. Good land speed from Red Star and good running from Lancashire. Gibson
Superb here from Lancashire, just really steamrolling up the middle.
Yeah, good work. They're going again to that side, that far side. It's a big run from Belshaw.
Good defence here.
Belshaw, another big man. And it's crossfield kick here. And this will put Daniel under Watson. Oh, great take from the Australian.
And makes a couple of metres post-contact too. That's brave.
Does really well, does Watson. And Ilya Krstic manages to get away from the first defender, but he's wrapped up and handled. And there's Zogovic coming into the line, and he's got that step. But
geez, that's brave, isn't it?
yeah, he's a brave. Nobody will ever question Robbie's heart and bravery.
And he's still going. Phenomenal play by Zogovic.
You should be expecting the fullback and the wingers to help take the ball, and they're doing exactly that. They're doing the jobs. They're not doing anything exceptional. They're doing the jobs.
That is phenomenal bravery, but there, John, and his fighting caused the penalty.
Of course, yeah, of course.
So Red Star, good kick to touch from the penalty from Vojvodedic, and Red Star will start the set in what they call a good ball zone. 40 metres out, you'll expect them to know what set they're playing here. So it's out to Nikolic, and misses out Keglic, goes to Boba Milenkovic, and Milenkovic, good run. Three defenders.
We've made the 10 metres there, so it's a good start to the set.
It is. He's on his front. Play on. Dedic. Outside. Back inside to Sturbets. And Vuk Sturbets, the little man, manages to go into contact. He's still breathing. And Yates trying to squash him again. And Dedic cuts out to Nikolic, nice long pass. Inside, outside to Djordjevic. Good run from Alex Djordjevic. Looking to play the ball as quick as he can, not allowed to. Nikolic goes himself! And Stefan Nikolic has scored, I think, in the corner! He goes himself! Well, it seemed a bit innocuous there, but he just somehow got it to the line.
Do you know what? I'd love to know what time Lancashire scored the try there from behind, from the hooker, from the dummy half position. Red Star have done it almost in exactly the same position as Lancashire in the first half. And phenomenal work.
It all built up from making 2 or 3 lots of 10 metres with the first run.
Exactly.
And then you create the field position and bang, opportunity arises.
That's
so
right.
Game selection. How to do it, that's how to do it.
Yeah, it was a good pattern. You could see Boba Milenkovic and went up with a really good run, and then another good drive to follow. And they created the position, and it was good shift to that side. And Stefan Nikolic spotted a bit of an opportunity, I think, and just went himself and managed to get over. So
it's superb.
What do you think about the fullback's run then? Do you think that was the start of the try?
Yes.
Yeah. Of course
yes.
It was.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
Unlucky there from Vojislav Dedic, and it remains 34 points to 14, or 10 points to 8 in this second half so far.
Very close game, very close game.
Well, you're getting your wish now.
Yeah,
I hope it's not quite here yet. It's a bit early to call it,
but it's unravelling.
Yep.
So anyone just joining us, where have you been all day? It's been a great game. We're here in Belgrade at Red Stars Sporting Complex, the Rajko Mitic Stadium and Complex. We're not quite on the 60,000 all-seater stadium that's next to us. We're here on the training fields. It's a nice little 800-seater terrace here.
With a good crowd of about 400, I think.
And Zach Baker
Look
gets us
high
back underway. Lancshire's into no man's land, and Zogovic climbs high
and makes
Milo Zogovic has grown in stature with this game. He started the game with a bit of a look at the defence and dropping the ball, and since then he's been solid as a rock under the high ball. He's made breaks, and he's been a real talisman for the team, as he is.
Superb shift
out
to the left.
Out to Djordjevic, who's back on the inside to Keglic, who's shunted but manages to keep moving forward.
That's a penalty.
And it's a penalty, and finally, well, the referee's letting Leon all day. This time he penalises Yates, and they waste no time to kick to touch.
I love that. I love that attitude there by Red Star to take the penalty quickly and keep the up tempo, John. We're watching the birth of the team here.
Yeah, Red Star sense of urgency. They want to win this second half for sure.
Yeah, keep the motivation going. Once you're on it, keep it going.
So we've got runners. Nikolic,
Yeah.
good run from him. Well met by the defenders.
Enthusiasm, motivation. What more can you want? Yeah.
Sturbert's trying to clear the defenders. We're towards the middle. Here's Vojislav Dedic. Inside, outside. It's gone backwards, says the referee. No, Lancashire have picked it up.
Yeah, a lazy pass from the halfback there.
Was Braddock there? It bounced off the Marko Jankovic's shoulder and he couldn't take it. And it's another wholehearted run from Gareth Payne, and he's run hard all day.
Key was the
Little
defence
man.
there too for Lancashire.
Yeah.
That was a forward pass there from Hooker.
Not spotted, and Nichols gets up, plays the ball. It's back in his Gibson. This big number 6. It's big for a standoff, that's for sure. But Voja Dedic is having none of it, puts him down on his back.
That's
Good
great
work
defence.
from Jankovic and Dedic. Back to the open side and out the back with a bit of a no-look pass. Didn't want it! Knock on there. Well,
And he went out too. That's great defence.
One of the great things about this game is it's been very physical. There's been a lot of physicality in the game, but there's been no dirty play.
It's wonderful, isn't it, to watch it? 80 minutes
Fantastic.
of...
Everybody's played it with good sportsmanship and good skills, and that's great. Isn't that good rugby?
yeah.
What more can you want?
How do you feel as a person who's had stature in the game in England and in Britain, to see a game here in Belgrade between a Lancashire selection, a Red Star Belgrade team? Red Star will be beaten today and beaten heavily, but
Well,
they haven't given up, have they?
It's progressive. It's all progressive. Everything that Red Star does from now on can be progressive, and that's exactly how you want to move forward. That's how I see it today.
Another high tackle.
Unfortunately, we've just stated that it's been a very clean game. Bang, and the first penalty for a poor play.
But no niggle in the game, no bad feeling at all. That was just bad timing by the defender there.
It's been played in a very, very
And I think
good spirit.
we can safely say what we wanted to see was that Red Star had made progress since the Millen performance in Cumbria, and I think we can definitely see that.
But it puts Red Star on the front foot again here, and as you say, it's 10 points to 8 down, second half, but we're in charge of the game.
Voja Dedic puts out the ball, Dennis Chengai, he's got options, still pumping them legs.
Over the line, is he? No.
He's held, says the referee, and Vlad Dedic out to Voja Dedic, out to Stefan Nedeljkovic, Nikolic,
It's on here, Mark.
and he's Milos Nogovic going for the line, and great, and a well-deserved try from Milos Nogovic. If anybody deserved it today, it's the little fullback.
Does that put Red Star in the lead in this second
It
half?
does indeed.
Of course it does, through brilliant play.
And it's
Took
3
it in,
tries.
took
to
it in
2.
one side, moved it wide, and a classic try from the fullback. Fantastic.
It's 12-10 in this second half, but that's 3 tries to Belgrade, no conversions.
No, true, no.
Koliko do kraja? 5 minuta. 5,
Red Star have managed to keep their energy levels up this second half because they've managed to keep the ball and complete their sets, and that was it.
Well, we said that in the first half, if they could complete the sixes, they would improve the performance. It's exactly what they've done in the second half, and look at the scoreline. They're closing down their advantage.
For sure, and I think Lancashire will have been shook by this second half performance from the Red Star team, and particularly I think Red Star, the fact that they lost Darcy Ettrich, who is, as we say, the marquee player of the team, the fact that they lost him seems to have, they've all grown an extra foot. Great job, and Milos Nogovic, he converts, and in the end it's a very respectable 20 points to 34.
I wonder what the kick-off will be from the Lancashire side this time. Will it be a short one, or will it be a long one? If it's a long one, it seems that they might be getting a little bit worried about the result.
Yeah,
I think that's a really good pickup, John. Really good pickup. I would be betting on the long kickoff.
I think so.
We'll see. Are they going to try and hit 40? Is that what they're after, or are they going to try and get this ball as far away from their try line as they can?
I think they're going to try and put it
I'd
right
squeeze
down
up
the
in
field.
D, squeeze up Red Star in the corner.
So instead of Gibson, it's Holland. Adam Holland this time taking the kick-off.
Here we go.
There we go.
And he goes deep into that corner, and Nikolic gives it to Predrag Keglic. And Keglic, bang, another good run from the man.
Well, they've got the bit between the teeth now, haven't they?
Ilya Krstic, good run from young Ilya Krstic.
But Lancashire are responding. There've been 2 good tackles there, strong tackles.
This is a great game of rugby.
Oh, and it's lost. It's lost, and it's play on, and it's Yates. It's the big man. He's difficult to stop. What they're going to do? He's still going, is Yates, and he's put down in the end. Now Lancashire. It's picked up a little bit of a knock, I think. Well, Lancashire now will really be looking to add another score. Unfortunate there, Red Star.
Yeah, just
losing possession.
moving it a little bit too much. They should have just kept it in on the set of six, field position, and they're right back in the game again. But they're trying to play a little bit too much rugby in their own 20 metres.
You can see they're probably still somewhere in the back of their minds think that they could maybe win it. And
score another try here.
Yeah, you can't be too anxious when you are putting pressure on sides. You can't be too anxious to get the ball through hands. It's not necessary.
No, the best thing you can do is complete your set, kick it deep, try and force an error on defence.
Yeah, and we had them under pressure. If we'd have done that, we would have put them under great pressure.
And they've made errors too, haven't they? Lancashire have made, probably around 2/3 of the errors that Red Star made.
Yeah, but we've put them under pressure. Red Star have put them under pressure. That's the point.
Good defence on the short side.
Stop there, Red. Oh, the linesman's called a forward pass on the first play.
Wow. Just when I mentioned about Lancashire starting to make the errors.
It's a good call from Stamanic there, the Serbian linesman on that far side, saw a forward pass.
Yeah, you've probably been involved in these matches before, Colin, where things have changed around dramatically at different stages of the game.
So Red Star head and feed here. They'll be looking to calm this down, settle it down, and come out with their own half. And time back on.
Oh, Krstic met by all the forwards peeling
looks like Lancashire have taken the bull by the horns a little bit defensively here.
Oh yeah, they know it's a challenge.
Really fast line speed.
Here we go.
Here's Srečkovic.
Yeah.
He's lost it. He's forced the offload, and that's what pressure does on defence.
Yeah.
Should have kept it up and just took the tackle.
It's sensational, D.
You don't force that offload there 5 metres from your own try line.
Well, this is good rugby from both sides. They're both being very professional about how they're going about things, in different aspects there. Lancashire have put the pressure on Red Star in their own 20 metres, consequently come with the ball twice.
Lancashire will put something on here. The number 13 just at the back of the scrum a minute telling everyone to calm down.
Yeah.
So, it's another big man.
Well, good game management.
Yeah.
We'll see them in a very good position here, I think.
So
they know what to do here.
Belshaw takes the first run.
And another.
And again, he seems to be
another player down.
And
2 players down. I think it was a clash of.
They're both look injured.
2 players, yeah.
All right, play on.
Here we go.
So it's back to Millen. Here's Evans with a scrum cap. And
excellent
he's
defence
well
from
met,
the Red
pushed
Star.
back. No time at all given there by the Red Star defenders. Straight into him. And this is the third now. And they're going out the back. And he's well met by Srečkovic. But finds a bit of space. Hilliard can't get through there. Hilliard is put down. And what's this? They've got him stacked on the left. They're going to the left. He's got numbers there. But well met by Vojedic. Connaughton. Back towards the middle. Ooh. Where he's well met. The defenders again came down, giving him absolutely no time. It's been a great defensive set from
It's going
Red
to go
Star.
to the right-hand side here. They're set up on the right-hand side.
Here's your last. Here's your last.
Field goal.
Going for the drop goal attempt. Doesn't get it. Well, great defensive set from Red Star.
That just shows you that they're a little bit intimidated by Red Star's comeback.
They are indeed.
Well, it's 6 tries to 4 as well, gentlemen.
Exactly, yes.
So it's not that, you know, with better goal kicking.
Yeah, better goal kicking, it would have been a different state of affairs, but... Get him on side, man!
We'll see a little bit of we'll see a little bit of character from both sides now, I think.
It's a very skinny 10 there by referee Novakovic.
He had a good think about that, didn't he?
He thought about going the other way.
It's a try here.
There must have been a double knock on at some point. No,
it's a try.
The referee he says, try there, lads.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit of professionalism by Lancashire there.
Yeah.
A lot of pressure on around to play the ball, and consequently received the
Did well.
ball and the try.
Yeah, Milenkovic, who's had a great
And that's
game.
the game
Slobodan
too.
Milenkovic, he did have a little bit of a look at the defence, and that wasn't what had him cause that drop that ball.
Little bit of inexperience when he didn't go down on the ball there. Instead of trying to kill the ball, try to pick it up.
Yeah.
And John and Mark, it's the last 10 minutes in each half where the fitness and the game fitness really told, isn't it? I think Lancashire scored 3 tries in the last 10 in the first half, and you know, pick up the try here and have the field position to pick up the points.
I think it's fair to say that was the case in the first half, that the Red Star would take, but in the second half they weren't so fatigued because they kept a lot. They completed their sets. They cut out the silly handling errors.
Yep.
They were a little bit unfortunate here at the back to concede those tries, but all in all, I think a good performance from Red Star against what is a very competent Bala team.
I think it's a phenomenal performance.
Yeah, it's been a good
so
display
proud.
from both sides. I think they've both played to the strengths, and they've got results. I think Lancashire are just a little bit better composed.
Yeah.
And if Red Star can reach that composure as they go through this season and their development, they'll be a very, very difficult team to beat. You know, and if you go into the Cup next year, which hopefully you will, again, that could pose a lot of problems for whichever side it is you play.
Yeah, so failed conversion attempt there from Gibson, and that's the last action of this sprawling game.
Yes.
And thank you, boys, for joining us. Thanks to Colin Claywig and to John Risman for joining me in commentary, and Mark Pullen for CKM Red. So Lancashire beating Red Star 38 points to 20. What's an entertaining match. And tune in again on Sunday, I suppose, for the Serbia versus Lancashire match. Colin, you want to say anything?
No, I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, as I say, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you again for more Serbian Rugby League. This is CKM Red. Bolje, napredovali su od
Pay for the 2 or 3 soft